and welcome again to your English 1A class. My name's Erin Fujinami, and I'm going to be taking over this class for your English 1A instructor for an unknown amount of time. So as soon as I know anything more about that and how long it's going to be, I will let you know. But for right now, I'm planning on taking over just, for the foreseeable future. If that changes, of course, I will let everybody know as soon as possible. So first, some quick things to know about that. Number one, I've been teaching here and at Fresno State and at COS, so lots of places here in the Valley for many years. And I was actually already teaching online before COVID made that kind of a necessity for everybody. So I've got lots of experience and you're in really good hands. So I know that it's kind of a scary thing to have to switch teachers at the beginning of the semester, but I promise that everyone involved is working together to make this as smooth as possible for all of us. So with all of that being said, what I'm going to go over in this quick lecture is the Syllabus Addendum. So what this is basically just our syllabus that we'll be working with now. Nothing major has changed. The only thing that has changed is that this syllabus maybe has a little bit more information about sort of how class is going to be scheduled and what you can expect. So hopefully it will give you some clarification on sort of what to expect for the rest of the time that we are going to spend together. So here's the syllabus addendum. So first of all, you can see our course information here, and I'm recording this for two sections of English 1A. So your course number might be 4.5 right here, or it might be 4.6. In any case, this syllabus addendum applies to you. So when do we meet? Just like your previous instructor, I'm conducting class asynchronously. So that means that we don't have required face-to-face whole class meetings. Instead, you have recorded lectures like this one, and you can watch them at a time that's good for you. We do have assignment due dates, and those are going to be every week on Wednesday and Friday by 11:59 p.m. When we are working on an essay draft, your essay draft will be due Monday on Canvas by 11:59 p.m. But otherwise, the only due dates that you'll have will be weekly assignments, Wednesdays and Fridays, and that'll be the same every week, so you can sort of get into that routine. If for some reason those days don't work for you, I will be posting all of your assignments for the week by Sunday before. So this coming Sunday, you'll see everything you need for the upcoming week. And often I'll post those early. So for example, today's Friday, and you can see everything you need for next week already. So I try to post those early in case you need to work on them early. So if you need to get everything done by, Monday and Tuesday or finish things by Wednesday and Thursday, that's totally fine. If you would prefer to and are able to just wait and turn those things in on Wednesdays and Fridays, that's fine as well. As long as you turn in that assignment that's due on Wednesday and the assignment that's due on Friday when they're due or earlier, then you're good. Any questions about that? Feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about this whole process. So I am your instructor, Erin Fujinami. This is my email address right here. The Humanities Division phone number is given for you there, and you can reach me in several ways. So you can reach me via email. If you go that route, please give me 2 business days to respond. Often I'm able to get back to you before that, but just in case, if you haven't heard back after those 2 business days, then send a follow-up. You can also reach me through the Canvas inbox, and if you're on Canvas looking at this or you have Canvas handy, this is your inbox feature right here. This is where you should be getting messages from me and your other instructors, and you can use this to send messages to whoever, right? Again, 2 business days to respond to that as well. If you don't hear from me after that, send the follow-up. The fastest way to reach me is through the Remind app. So I use this free app to communicate with students. And what it does is it allows you to text me. So you can text me quick questions, and that goes straight to my personal cell phone. So you'll get a faster response this way. Usually I'm able to respond the same day unless it's late, after working hours or if it's a weekend. If you text me here, you can generally expect a pretty fast response. So you're going to text this code here to this number and then follow the directions to get enrolled. Again, it's a free app, so you shouldn't have to pay anything to join our class there. I do have office hours, so on Wednesdays from 2 to 3, I'll be available on Zoom. Use this info right here to join my office hours if you need to. If you need to talk to me, you want to stop by, you have questions. In addition to all of these things, you can also just stop by my office hours and chat with me there. If that time doesn't work for you, feel free to get in touch, and I'm happy to arrange for a meeting at another time as well. So those are sort of all of the basics about when we meet, how you can reach me, and all of that good stuff. So now we're on to the basic course information. You'll have required readings on Canvas. A vast majority of these will be free, so you do not need to pay for a new textbook. All of the readings that I typically use are open resources, so they're completely free to students, and I will post just web links to the articles and things that you need to read. You do still have one of these books required that were originally required for your course. So I know that originally we were planning on reading both of these. I am still working out the details on this, but I'm thinking that we're going to just cut that down to one novel instead of two. But more information about that will be given as soon as I have those details. I do need for everybody to answer a couple of quick questions for me. So in the welcome module, you should see a survey, and it just asks you, which books you've purchased and if you're able to get a refund. So if you haven't filled out that survey yet, I would greatly appreciate you doing that as soon as possible. And then I will make a decision about which book we're reading so that I can try and make sure you don't, get dinged financially for that book that you've already purchased. Again, any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And more information will be given about this as soon as I have that info. Okay, required materials for our class. First, you need to have access to Canvas. There are lots of tutorials posted in the welcome module and at the end of this syllabus. So if you are not quite familiar with Canvas, or if it's new to you, please go ahead and use those tutorials and ask for help if you need help getting familiar with Canvas. You should have some way of writing, pens and pencils, or if you prefer typing, that works fine. A notebook and or binder just for this class, or if you're doing everything online, I recommend just keeping a folder of classwork. Highlighters, you'll need to mark up some of the text that we're reading, either on a paper copy if you have a paper copy, or online if you are going with like an ebook. You will not need print cards and money for printing, or a stapler and paper clips, so you don't have to worry about those. The course objectives and the student learning outcomes for English 1A are all listed here. And that's just for your information in case you want to know sort of why we are doing the different assignments that we're doing. You can look back to these and see that the essays and the assignments that are given are meant to help you be proficient in these by the time you leave English 1A. We also have the course description here so that you know sort of what English 1A is all about. All right, so that brings us to grading and assignments. This class is graded using a point system with different types of assignments allowing you to earn points throughout the semester. I keep my Canvas updated pretty regularly, so you should always have a good handle on where you're at in the class points-wise. And if you ever see an error, or if something doesn't make sense, or if you score differently on an assignment than you had hoped, please talk to me so that I can either fix the error if it was a mistake, or help you understand what to do differently, so that you can earn the grade that you want on particular assignments. So this is our grading breakdown. On this side, you have different assignments that we'll be doing throughout the semester. And on this side, you have how many points those assignments are worth. So small writing assignments, this is essay drafts, classwork, and homework. These are 350 points. So all of those assignments that you do weekly fall into this category. Generally, they're worth 10 points each, and you have 2 of those each week, and then along with your essay drafts. Then you have the sort of larger essays that we're writing throughout the semester. Essay 1 is worth 100 points, Essay 2, another 100 points, and then Essay 3, our research essay, we'll spend longer on, and it's worth 200 points. You'll also have some quizzes and exams throughout the semester. These are kind of low stakes assignments, though. You'll have quizzes that are worth like 10 points. So if you don't do great on one, you can definitely recover from that by doing your homework and getting those points there. Same with exams. You'll have several small exams that are worth 25 points each, and they'll just cover what we've read recently. And each one will have a description of what it covers so that you can study for it. And they're pretty low stakes. It's not like, one big exam that makes or breaks your grade. You have several different opportunities throughout the semester to do well on these. And if you're not great with quizzes and exams, you can still do really well in the class by just keeping up with your weekly discussions, your small writing assignments. We do have a final exam. It's worth 100 points, and I will tell you all about that when the time comes. But I will say that you get a study guide for the final the week before the final, and you know which questions basically are going to be on that final exam. So generally, I've gotten feedback from students that it's pretty easy to study for and prepare for that exam. So you'll do well. Our final grading breakdown is the same as you were working with before. 90% and above is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, and so on. Before I forget to mention it, a quick note about assignments that you had completed for your previous instructor. You will get credit for those assignments. They're going into this category, and I'm working on that this week and over the weekend. I'm recording this lecture on a Friday, so depending on when you're watching it, I will be making sure that you got the points for what you have already done. So basically, the points for those assignments, you had 2 assignments that were already turned in. You'll all be given full credit for those as long as you did the assignment. The point value will change just because our class's point values are a little bit different than what your original instructor seemed to be working with. So you'll now see that those 2 assignments are worth 5 and 10 points, but you automatically get credit. So if you had earned, an A on that before, you'll still have an A on it. And basically everyone's going to be starting the class with an A if you did those assignments. If you didn't do the assignments and you're concerned about that, please feel free to talk to me, but it's not going to hurt your overall grade. You'll have plenty of opportunities to make those points up. And I'm happy to chat with you about that if you have concerns. We have some descriptions here in the syllabus of the different types of assignments that we do. So I've already kind of touched on those small writing assignments along with quizzes and exams. If you have any questions, again, feel free to talk with me about that. And that brings us to essays and writing as a process. You'll be writing 3 graded essays this semester. Each one will have a rough draft, a workshop, and then a final draft. Make sure that you are kind of trying at least to embrace writing as a process. And in an attempt to encourage that, the way that I grade essays is this. I give you, lots of information about what I'm looking for, and we work towards building those drafts. So the assignments that you do in class will directly relate to and help you write your essay draft. And then on the essay draft, you turn in that draft, and if you turn it in on time and you wrote the amount of pages that I asked for, which is usually pretty short, like maybe 3 pages or so, then you automatically get an A for effort on that draft. From there, then I read your draft and I give you some feedback about what I'd like you to work on. And you can revise that and then, turn in your final draft afterwards. So we have about a week where we're working on each essay from, just drafting to doing the workshop to doing the final draft. So you won't have other assignments during that week. And what you'll be doing instead is just focusing on fixing up that draft for the entire week. So generally that allows students the opportunity to do pretty well on their drafts if they're able to put in, some time to working on those. So keep that in mind and try not to stress on those essays too much. That brings us to course policies. So attendance is important for online classes and for my in-person classes. Students who are absent without explanation during the first 2 weeks or 4 times before the drop date might be dropped for non-attendance. If you have to miss class early on, please just, send me an email or a text on the Remind app and let me know why, so that I don't think you're not coming back and drop you. For online classes, attendance is marked by your participation. So if you do an assignment, then you're marked present. If you don't, then you're marked absent. And that's just how I take attendance for online classes. If you decide that this course isn't the best fit for you right now for whatever reason, here are drop dates that you need to be aware of. Makeup and late work. I typically don't accept late work unless an emergency prevents you from turning it in, but let me know if that's the case. And then you have some ways to avoid late work even if, you're having a hard time or something is going on. So your first option is you can email me your work if you absolutely need to. Also, you can ask me for extra time if something has come up in your life that's making it difficult for you to be able to finish assignments on time. And turn things in on Canvas early. So, for example, maybe you have to work Wednesday nights when our assignments are due. That's why those assignments are posted early, so that you can get working on them early and get them turned in early if you need to. Of course, if there is an emergency or something comes up in your life, let me know so that we can make arrangements for you to turn things in if you need to. In addition to that policy, we also have the plea. So you've got one opportunity in the semester to just sort of mess up, right? You can resubmit an assignment that you missed, or you can resubmit an assignment that you aren't happy with. This works in this way. So within 1 week of the missed assignment, you'll need to contact me and just say, hey, I missed this assignment, or I didn't do well on this assignment. Can I resubmit it? And we will work out the details. It's that simple. You can only use that once, and you cannot use it once we start working on the research essay. There's no benefit to saving the plea, so it's use it or lose it. I definitely recommend using it at some point if you need to. Accessing Canvas and student email. Please make sure that you're checking your Canvas and your student email often because that's how I will get a hold of you. Collaboration and community in the classroom. I've placed everybody into groups, and you'll work with your groups on different assignments. In addition to that, please make sure that you're being respectful of everybody's beliefs and views. It's not likely that someone will be disrespectful or disruptive, but if that happens, there are some consequences. So, don't be that person. Technology use. So we use all of these things. We use Canvas extensively. We use student email. I use the Remind app. This is not the correct information, I've just noticed while I'm recording this. So please make sure that you text the correct information, which is at the top of the syllabus, and I will go in and change that after I'm done recording. But once you enroll in the Remind app, again, you'll be able to text me, and it's super useful. So please do that. We'll use Zoom to meet virtually. If you would like to meet with me, let me know, and I'm happy to do that. And then we also have video lectures like this one, so you'll need to access those throughout the semester. Links to your lectures will be posted in each week's module on Canvas, and you can watch them at your own pace throughout the week. They're available on YouTube. Academic integrity. Make sure that you don't plagiarize. If you do, you will be given an F on the assignment. If you're not sure what plagiarism is or how to avoid it, get in touch with me, a tutor, another instructor, a librarian, and any of those people will be able to help you with, how to avoid that. And we'll also talk about it in class when we discuss how to cite sources and how to make sure we're giving people credit if we are using their ideas. Accommodations. If you have any kind of a disability that requires accommodations, please make sure that you let me know as soon as possible so that I can do everything that I need to make sure that you have equal access to everything we're using in class. Okay, that brings us to our extra help section. So I've got a bunch of resources that I have collected to help you with class and assignments. The first of those is tutoring that we have available on campus, and this is still available even though we're doing things remotely. You can earn extra credit for tutoring, so you can earn up to 50 points of extra credit for going to tutoring. You can get information by visiting this website. We also have an embedded tutor in this class, and you can work with that person to start earning all of those extra credit points. You can also earn extra credit by working in your groups. So if you look at the welcome module, you'll see what group you're in, and you'll have some information about, how to interact with your groups, how to reach them, and all of that good stuff. You can earn an additional 25 points of extra credit by working with your groups. And the details on how to earn that extra credit and how to keep track of it are all given here. I also have some commonly used links that you might need throughout the semester. So here's how you get to my portal. Here's how you get to Canvas support. Here's how to contact the bookstore, the library, student services, and other helpful programs that we have on campus. Also, I've got some resources here to help you with life beyond the classroom. So health and wellness, and then our RAM pantry. So please make sure that you use those things. And if you have any other questions that aren't covered in the syllabus, or if you have questions about policies or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to help you and answer